Good morning, this is Miss Steinbach, and I'm going to show you the next thing we're going to be doing in drawing. We're going to do opposite of everything that we have been doing the whole semester so far. We are going to be using white, various white drawing tools on black paper. So we have some white chalk, we have some white new pastel, I have a white colored pencil, I have a white charcoal pencil, and a piece of old-fashioned chalkboard chalk and black construction paper. So this is the one I did as a warm-up practice to kind of play and figure out how this stuff works on the black paper, and it's cut to fit in your sketchbooks. It's just a little bit of tape at the top, and the second page is getting a little more serious about trying to create and represent form using the white on the black, but you have to really think backwards because you have to do the highlights in the midtones and then you leave all of the black shadows. It actually goes a little bit faster, it seems like, than drawing with pencil. Shh, don't tell anybody that. Okay, so some of the things about these items. The new pastel and some of the other white chalks that are square have different parts that you can use. You've got the point, you've got the short side, and then the ones that don't have any paper on them, you have the long side. So one of the things I want you to do on your paper, like leave a little bit across the top because that's where you're going to do your value scale. And if you don't leave a little bit across the top, that's fine. I'll give you another little piece of paper and you can do it and tape it in, whatever. It's more important to play and find out what this stuff feels like. So when you're on the point, what happens? Ooh, I forgot one thing. I like you to have a little paper towel for a dumping station. Hold that thought, I'll be right back. No, there's a reason why we have to play and try things out before we do a demo in class, because it's like, oh yeah, when you have that chalk dust, we really don't want you to blow on it as much as that's our natural reaction, because then it just gets all over the room and up people's noses, especially if they don't have a mask on, and in their eyes, so we're not going to do that. And once you've got some of that new pastel, the smaller square one, it's a little bit smaller, on there, see how it blends. And then what happens if you want to layer more on there and then really grind it in? How white can you get it? And then with the bigger square ones, this is where you can play with some of those long side effects. What kinds of marks can you make? And then again, when you get on the point, see how much white you can grind in and what happens when you blend, or if you just want to draw with your finger. The white charcoal pencil, you can use the sharpeners on these and they're going to break. What happens if you use the side, get on the point, how small can you draw? Will it blend? How does it look compared to the white colored pencil? Well, the white colored pencil, in my opinion, doesn't show up quite as much. The round chalkboard chalk. And then remember, you're gonna use your little dumping station. Dump all that in. After you've played around for a little bit, see, I have a bigger square there and it wasn't going to work, so I'm just going to redraw. Use some squares to make yourself a value scale, and I will just tell you, as an artist, and I draw and paint with professional artists quite often, you never really get away from value scales. You're always concerned with values and edges of things. And when you have a new material, you often have to learn how to control it. It's always fun to play. Play is a blast. But then when you actually want to start using it to create your artwork, you have to have a certain amount of control. So I'm going to make 5 boxes across. And then I'm going to color in, shade, highlight. I don't know what words you want to use. You have to make the lightest white and then go through all of those values until you have not black of the paper, but as dark as you can get it with just a little bit of the white pastel in there. So, and I'm not going to do the whole thing because you don't need to see that, but this is going to be a process of grinding it in there and using your fingers, the blending stumps. Well, you can't really use the blending stumps because I already have graphite and such on them. Ooh, see, now I just want to draw with my finger and see how light I can get that. I mean, not light. That's the lightest. How barely light I can get that. Here's my dumping station. And then I'm going to work my way on down. Lighter pressure. Maybe I'll do like a little bit of cross hatching. Blend that in. And then of course when you're working on your value scale for the first time using a new media, there's an awful lot of back and forth. Like you do a few squares and then you have to go back and make some adjustments. Okay, so that's the basics on the first page. And of course, you know, they all start to look the same. So make sure you get your name on yours before you get it taped into your sketchbook. Thank you for watching. Have fun with the white pastels and chalks on black paper.